Mike and Leilani went to Pancakes by the Bay the next morning for pancakes and coffee. They got their usual table by the window. What do you think of what we saw yesterday? Certainly was intriguing. We've now seen a multidimensional object that opens up a realm of beauty, and a multidimensional object that opens up a realm of hideousness. Yeah, they seem to be trying to conceal both the multidimensional object that opens up a realm of beauty and the multidimensional object that opens up a realm of hideousness. Let's just order breakfast and talk about something else for now. That would be nice. Penelope, the waitress, takes their order. How can I help you? I'll have the Bayside griddle cakes with extra butter and some of your strawberry maple syrup, along with a cup of mountain morning coffee. Coming right up, Mike. What's it going to be for you, Leilana? I'll have the paradise pancakes and a cup of succulent coffee. I'll have that for you, people. By the way, Leilana, how is your writing project going for Coffee Lovers Monthly? It's going great. I found that I have an ability to write about coffee in a poetic way that expresses the way coffee is not only a beverage that brings an exquisite taste sensation to my mouth, but also connects my soul to the eternal realm of pleasure that transcends this earthly plane of existence. That was beautifully stated. All of a sudden, they look out of the window and see a woman in the Corvette pull up again. She gets out of the car. She seems to be holding a new package. This package is also intriguing. From the near distance is heard another woman screaming. Get her. She's got the package. The woman gets back into her Corvette and drives off frantically. Wow, I wonder where she went in her car. I wonder what's in the package. Maybe top secret plans drawn up by aliens. It just isn't taking over planet Earth. I'm sure we'll find out soon. Would you like to go back to my condominium and practice some more William Shakespeare dialogue? Sure. Mike and Leilani went back to Mike's condominium and practiced some more William Shakespeare dialogue. Mike and Leilani got up early the next morning, went to Pancakes by the Bay for breakfast and coffee. They got their usual table. By the window, where they can look out upon San Francisco people. Penelope, their favorite waitress, takes her order. Oh, I'm glad I've got a listener now. I'm doing a Reality Bites sequel. I hope you're enjoying my performance, and I hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Oh, okay. How can I help you? I'll have the Bayside griddle cakes with strawberry syrup and butter, along with some hash browns, and a cup of Mountain Morning Paradise coffee. I'll have that for you. What's it going to be for you, Leilana? I'll have the savory crepes with butter and maple syrup, along with a cup of ocean morning coffee. I'll have that for you, people. That package is so intriguing, isn't it? Yes, it sure is. Hey, look, Leilana. It's Ethan Hawke. The guy who portrays Ethan Hawke in the state adaptation of Reality Bites, and the girl who portrays you, the Leilana character in the play. They approach them. Stay the fuck away from my woman, Charlie. She's my woman now, Ethan. I'm sorry, Charlie. I'm sorry, Ethan. I want Charlie now. You want Charlie? Charlie is the guy who portrays me in the state adaptation of Reality Bites, and I'm the real Ethan Hawke. I brought the character Troy Dyer into archetypal existence in Reality Bites. The archetype that you created, but I'm sorry, Ethan. I get Sheila. You'll have to find yourself another woman, or maybe a prostitute if you get desperate. No, sorry, Charlie. I'm gonna kick the shit out of you. Yeah? Yeah, watch me. A bloody fight ensues. It gets bloody. Mike and Leilani looked at each other. I can't watch this. Can you, Leilani? No, let's go back to Mayor condominium that brings in more William Shakespeare dialogue. Sure. Mike and Leilani went back to Mike's condominium that brings in more William Shakespeare dialogue. Mike and Leilani sit in Mike's condominium overlooking the Golden Gate Bridge and beautiful Pacific Ocean, glimmering in the light of the moon, and start talking. Isn't it amazing that Ethan Hawke is in a fight with the guy who portrays him in the state adaptation of Reality Bites? I think it shows not only the power of love, but the power of theater. Ethan Hawke brought Troy Dyer into existence in the archetypal realm where Reality Bites exist, and he is portraying his portrayal was so convincing that he fully embodied the character to the extent that he exists in such a real way that the woman, Sheila, who portrays Leilani Pierce, is more in love with Charlie, the guy who portrays Troy Dyer in the state adaptation of Reality Bites, because Charlie has brought to the tangible world the character that Ethan Hawke put into archetypal existence. That shows the power of theater. The power of love is manifest in the passionate fight that Charlie Tamlinson and Ethan Hawke are engaged in over Sheila Henderson. The woman who portrays Leilani Pierce in the state adaptation of Reality Bites, yeah, that is far out. Hey, look, Mark, do you see that? By the Golden Gate Bridge? Yeah, I see it. It looks like Ethan Hawke and Sheila Henderson kissing. I thought Sheila Henderson wanted Charlie Tamlinson. What is he doing with Ethan Hawke? I just thought of something. Do you think that maybe Sheila Henderson is in love with Troy Dyer, the character portrayed by both Ethan Hawke and Charlie Tamlinson, and whoever successfully brings Troy Dyer into real life is the guy that Sheila Henderson is going to choose? That's an interesting speculation and perhaps correct. All of a sudden, Charlie Tamilson wanders around by Ethan Hawke and Sheila Henderson. Another bloody fight ensues. This is really awful. We have got to try to intervene in the situation to stop the fighting. Do you have any ideas about what we can do about it? I just thought of something. We could put on a play at Pancakes by the Bay, which will be a stage adaptation of Reality Bites. This play will run for several months as a competition between Ethan Hawke and Charlie Tamlinson to see who brings Troy Dyer into tangible existence. The play will be performed twice a night for several months, at the end of which the winner will be chosen by Sheila Henderson. Whoever wins gets Sheila Henderson. I love that idea. Do you want to go talk to them? Sure. Michael and Lana go and talk to Ethan, Sheila, and Charlie. Hi, people. Hi, Mike. Hi, Mike. What are you doing here? Hey, Mike. We're here because Leilana has an idea about how to decide who gets Sheila. What's your idea? We could put on a stage adaptation of Reality Bites at Pancakes by the Bay. Every evening for several months, twice an evening. The character Troy Dyer will be portrayed by Ethan in one performance and Charlie in the other performance. At the end of this series of performances, Sheila could decide who she really wants, which would be the guy who brings Troy Dyer most fully into tangible existence. That'd be perfect. I agree. Let's go for it. Okay, we'll get this thing started. Would you like to go back to your condominium and praise my William Shakespeare dialogue? Sure. Michael and Alana went back to Mike's condominium and praised my William Shakespeare dialogue. Michael and Alana thoroughly enjoyed performing William Shakespeare dialogue. And talked into the evening. You are an amazing Shakespearean actor, Leilana. The fluency of your delivery and the way you identify with the dialogue are captivating. You embody the characters so fully that you take them to a level of transcendence, whereupon art and life intermingle. Thanks, Mike. This is paradise for me, Leilana. Peace, love, romance, and William Shakespeare. The poetry of his writing and the way the words come to life through our performances and the feeling of being immortally in love with you. That was beautifully stated, Mike. Do you want to go to Pancakes by the Bay? Tomorrow? Sure. Mike and Leilana went to Pancakes by the Bay the next day and got their usual booth by the window. Penelope, the waitress, takes their order. What's it going to be for you this morning? Give me the Bayside griddle cakes and a cup of mountain morning coffee. I'll have the scrumptious pancakes and a cup of mountain morning coffee. I'll have that for you people. All of a sudden, Mike and Leilana look out of the window and see the same woman pull up in her Corvette. She gets out of the car with a package in her hands and looks directly at them. She opens up the package, and Mike and Leilana can see inside of it. In it there seems to be an object of a color they have never seen and a shape they have never seen. This object is an object that can only be seen from a plane of existence that is beyond the four dimensions of time and space. The woman then gets back in the car and drives away. Did you see that? Yeah. I wonder how we were able to see that object that usually can only be seen on higher dimensional planes of existence. I can explain that to you, Mike and Leilana. You have been enlightened by love. Your love is so strong that you can see beyond the stark and often unappealing realm of four dimensional reality on this earthly plane of existence into an immortal realm of eternal human love. You now see the world in its full glory. Your love brings this world to life. That's great. I agree. Do you want to go back to your condominium of Exmoor, William Shakespeare, and other dialogue of other people? Praises more dialogue by William Shakespeare and other people? Sure. Mike and Leilana went back to Mike's condominium for some more dialogue. There's an excerpt from it. Now I'm going to get my dialogue book out. Okay. So I really like this play, A Streetcar Named Desire by Tennessee Williams. What page was I on? Wait a minute. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, anyhow, I brought some nice clothes and I'll wear them. I guess you're hoping I'll put up at a hotel, but I'm not going to put up at a hotel. I want to be near you. Got to be with somebody. Can't be alone because, as you have noticed, I'm not very well. Her voice drops and looks and her look is frightened. You seem a little nervous or overwrought or something. Wait a minute. I'm gonna skip over to another. Let's go. I don't have to. Let's see. Go right to scene two. It is 6 o'clock the following evening. Blanche is bathing. Stella is completing her toilette. Blanche's dress, a flowered print, is laid out on Stella's bed. Stanley enters the kitchen from outside, leaving the door open and the perpetual blue piano around the corner. What's all this monkey doings? Oh, Stan. She jumps up and kisses him when he accepts with lordly composure. I'm taking Blanche to Galatoire's for supper and then to a show because it's your poker night. How about my supper, huh? I'm not going to I'm not going to no Galatoire's for supper. Putting a cold plate on ice. Well, isn't that just dandy? He acts like an animal, has an animal's habits, eats like one, moves like one, talks like one. There's even something subhuman, something not quite to the stage of humanity yet. Yes, something ape like about him, like one of those pictures I've seen in anthropological studies. Thousands and thousands of years have passed him right by. And there he is, Stanley Kowalski, survivor of the Stone Age, bearing the raw meat home from the kill in the jungle. And you here waiting for him. Maybe he'll strike you, or maybe he'll grunt and kiss you. That is, if kisses have been discovered yet. Night falls and the other apes gather. They're in the front of the cave, all grunting like him and swelling and gnawing and hulking. His poker night, you call it, this party of apes. Somebody growls. Some creature snatches at something. The fight is on. God, maybe we are a long way from being made in God's image, but Stella, my sister, there has been some progress since then. Such things as art, as poetry and music, such kinds of new light have come into the world since then. In some kinds of people, some tenderer feelings have had some little beginning that we've got to make grow and cling to and hold as our flag in this dark march toward whatever it is we're approaching. Don't. Don't hang back with the brutes. Another train passes outside. Stanley hesitates, licking his lips. Then suddenly, stealthily about and withdraws through the front door. The women are still unaware of his presence. When the train has passed, he calls through the closed front door. Hey, Stella. Stanley? But Stella has gone to the front door. Stanley enters casually with his packages. Hiya, Stella. Blanche back? Yeah, she's back. Hiya, Blanche. You must have got onto the car. Them darn mechanics at Fritz's don't know their ass from. Hey, Stella has embraced him with his both arms, fiercely and in the full view of Blanche. He then he laughs and clasps her head to him. Over her head, he grins through the curtains at Blanche. As the light fades away with the lingering brightness of their embrace, the music of the blue piano and the trumpet and drums is heard. When we first met, me and you thought I was common. How right you was, baby. I was common. You showed me the snapshot of the place with the columns. I pulled you down off them columns, and how you loved it, having them colored lights going. And wasn't we happy together? Wasn't it all okay till she showed here? Stella makes a slight movement. Her look goes suddenly inward as if some interior voice has called her name. She begins a slow shuffling progress from the bedroom to the kitchen, leaning and resting on the back of the chair, and then on the edge of the table, the bland look and listening expression. Stanley, finishing with his shirt, is unaware of her reaction. And wasn't we happy together? Wasn't it all okay? Till she showed her hoity toity, describing me as an ape. He suddenly notices the change in Stella. Hey, what is it, Stella? Take me to the hospital. He is with her now, supporting her with his arm, murmuring indistinguishably as they go outside. Gosh, I thought it was Tiffany Diamonds. He unbuttons his shirt. Well, anyhow, I shall be entertained in style. Uh-huh. It goes to show. You never know what is coming. Just when I thought my luck had begun to fail me. Into this picture pops this Miami millionaire. This man is not from Miami. This man is from Dallas. This man is from Dallas. Yes, this man is from Dallas, where gold spouts out of the ground. Well, just so he's from somewhere. He starts removing his shirt. Close the curtains before you undress any further. This is all I'm going to undress right now. He rips the sack off a quarter beer bottle. Seen a bottle opener? She moves slowly towards the dresser where she stands with her hands knotted together. I used to have a cousin who could open a beer bottle with his teeth, pounding the bottle cap in the corner of the table. That was his only accomplishment, all he could do. He was just a human bottle opener. And then one time at a wedding party, he broke his teeth off. After that, he was so ashamed of himself that he used to sneak out of the house when company came. The bottle cap pops off and a geyser of foam shoots up. Stanley laughs happily, holding up the bottle over his head. Ha ha, rain from heaven. He extends the bottle towards her. Shall we bury the hatchet and make it a loving cup, huh? No, thank you. Well, it's a red letter night for us both. You have an old millionaire and me having a baby? He goes to the bureau in the bedroom and crouches to remove something from the bottom drawer. What are you doing here? Here's something I always break out on a special occasion like this. The silk pajamas I wore on my wedding night. Oh, when the telephone rings and they say you've got a son, I'll tear this off and wave it like a flag. He shakes out a brilliant pajama coat. I guess we are both entitled to put on the dog. He goes to the kitchen with the coat over his arm. When I think of how divine it is going to be to have such a thing as privacy once more, I could weep with joy. This millionaire from Dallas is not going to interfere with your privacy, Annie? It won't be the sort of thing you have in mind. This man is a gentleman and respect me, improvising feverishly. Um, Swine, huh? Yes, swine. Swine. And I'm thinking not only of you, but of your friend, Mr. Mitchell. He came to see me tonight. He dared me to come here in his work clothes, and then to repeat to slander me vicious stories that he'd gotten from you. I gave him his walking papers. You did, huh? But then he came back. He returned with a box of roses to beg my forgiveness. He implored my forgiveness, but some things are not forgivable. Deliberate cruelty is not forgivable. It is the one unforgivable thing, in my opinion, and it is the one thing of which I have never been guilty. And so I told him. I said to him, "Thank you. But it was foolish of me to think that we could ever adapt ourselves to each other. Our ways of life are too different. Our attitudes and our backgrounds are incompatible. We have to be realistic about such things. So farewell, my friend, and let there be no hard feelings." Was this before or after the telegram came from the Texas oil millionaire? What telegram? No, no, after. As a matter of fact, the wire came just as a matter of fact, there was no wire at all. Oh, there's no millionaire. Mitch didn't come back with roses because I know where he was. Oh. You left the phone off the hook. He crosses to it deliberately and sets it back in the hook. After he's replaced it, he stares at her again, his mouth slowly curving into a grin as he weaves between Blanche and the outer door. Come to think of it, I'm going to get another book out of it. Okay, here's a. Okay, I'm going to do this play by Sophocles. It's called Exodus. To give you a certain amount of background before. Wait a minute. Okay, so this is. I'm going to do Oedipus Rex by Sophocles. It was written in 430 BC. Okay. Okay. Generations of the in the line of Cadmos, nursed at this ancient. Why have you strewn yourself before these in supplication with your bowels, and the breath of incense rises from the city with a sound of prayer and lamentation? I would not have you speak through, and therefore I have come myself to hear. I, Oedipus, who bears the famous name. You there, since you are the eldest in the company, speak for them all. Tell me what preys upon, whether you come in dread or crave some. Tell me, and never doubt that it will help you. But in every way I can, I should be heartless were I not moved to find you suppliant here. Great Oedipus, O powerful king, you see how all the ages of our people cling to your altar steps, who can barely stand alone, inherit by the weight of your age, a priest of God, and young men chose from those yet, as for the others, all that multitude. They wait with olive chaplets in the squares at the two shrines of Pallas. And where Apollo speaks in glowing embers, your own eyes must tell you Thebes in her extremity. And cannot lift her head from the surge of a rust consumes of the buds and fruits of the herds are sick, children die unborn, and labor is vain. The god of plague and pyre raids like detestable lightning through the city. And all those house of Cadmos is laid waste, all emptied and all darkened. Death alone batters upon the misery of Thebes. You are not one of the immortal gods, yet we have come to you. to make our prayer, answer the man of all best in adversity, and wisest in the ways of God. You save us from the Sphinx, that flinty singer, and we paid to her so long, yet you are never better informed than we, nor could we teach. It was some gold, some God breathed in you to set us free. I'm going to turn to later in the play. Okay. What is the god singing in his Delphi of gold and shadow? What oracle for Thebes, the sun whipped city? Fear enjoins me. The roots of my heart tremble. Now I remember, O healer, your power, and will you send doom like a sudden cloud or like nightfall of the past? I know, be merciful, issue of holy sound. Dearest to our expectancy, be tender. Let me pray to Athena, the immortal daughter of Zeus, and to Artemis, her sister, who keeps her famous throne in the markets, and to Apollo, bowman at the far butts of, O gods, descend, like three streams leap, the fires of our grief, the fires of darkness. Be swift to bring us rest. As in the old time, from the brilliant house of air you stepped to save us, come again. Now our afflictions have no end. Now all our stricken host lies down, and no man fights off death with his mind. The noble plowland bears no grain, and groaning mothers cannot bear. See how our lives like birds take wing, like sparks that fly when a fire soars. To the shore, the god of the evening. The plague burns on, it is pitiless, though pallid children laden with death lie unwept in the stony ways, and old gray women by every path flock to the strand about the altars. There to strike their breasts and cry worship of Zeus and wailing prayers, be kind, God's golden child. There are no swords in this attack by fire, no shields, but we are ringed with cries. Send the besieger plunging from our homes into the vast sea room of the Atlantic, or into the waves that foam eastward of, for the day ravages what the night spares. Destroy our enemy, Lord of the thunder. Let him be riven by the lightning from heaven. Phoebos, Apollo, stretch the sun's bowstring, that golden cord, until it sing for us. Flashing arrows in heaven. Artemis Huntress, race with flaring lights upon our mountains. All right, now I'm going to go to the Shakespeare Othello. Othello, Moro, Venice. Enter Act 4, Scene 1. Enter Othello and Iago. You think so? Think so, Iago. To kiss in private. An unauthorized kiss. Or to be naked with her friend in bed an hour or more, not meaning any harm. Naked in bed, Iago, and not mean harm? It is hypocrisy against the devil. They that mean virtuously and yet do so, the devil their virtue tempts, and they tempt. So they do nothing. 'Tis a venial slip. But if I give my wife a handkerchief, what then? Why then, 'tis her. She may, I think, bestow on any man. She is protectress of her honor too. May she give that? Her honor is in essence that's not.